and welcome to the show. So, another huge week of news.
Social gatherings of more than 6 people will be illegal in England for the foreseeable future.
You must not meet socially in groups of more than 6, and if you do, you will be breaking the law.
What, like you're doing with Brexit? Now, what baffles me, Boris announced these restrictions on Wednesday, but they didn't start till Monday. So what did British people do? They got shit-faced. People were rushing to the pub like this. Boris may as well have gone, oh, you have 4 days to drink, Britain. Kill or be killed. Oh. We have such an insane relationship with booze in this country. Look what this pub owner had to do.
A bar owner in England came up with a shocking way to enforce physical distancing.
I put an electric fence in and installed an electric fence to keep customers back from the bar. Social distancing.
What did you want again, Sharon? Make you might not love. Fucking pacemakers going. Now, predictably, the government have already gone into blame mode. Rather than take responsibility over their test and trace clusterfuck, look who they're pinning the corona spike on this time.
Ministers say the rise across parts of the UK is largely driven by people aged 18 to 30 who are accused of failing to observe social distancing.
Bloody young people. I can't believe they've been outside. It's not like we told them to go outside by offering them half-price food for a fucking month. It's such a piss take. 6 weeks ago, they were asking them to eat out to help out. Now, Matt Hancock is guilt-tripping them like this.
Don't kill your gran by catching coronavirus and then passing it on.
Don't kill your gran. That is our job. How long before they have ads like this? Every time I click my fingers, a grandma pegs it. What I want to know, who's this advice for? Like anyone was gonna kill their nan and went, oh, Matt Hancock's right. I was gonna smother her with a pillow, but he's made me see the light. Don't kill your gran. What other obvious tips has he got? Don't eat your dog. Don't drink bleach. Don't you wash your face with this. Thanks, Matt. It wasn't just the government blaming young people. Did you see the Daily Mail's front page? Thank you, Generation Z. They make it sound like they've done it on purpose. Like they've been licking door handles and chasing pensioners down the street. I'm surprised they didn't print this story. Eat bat, you wrinkly bitch. The Daily Mail are obsessed with creating a generational divide. Christ, a teenager could find the cure for cancer and their front page would be, selfish kid puts doctors out of work. It's true. They are constantly demonising young people, and at times it's ridiculous. This is an actual headline. Full stop is intimidating to young people because they interpret it as a sign of anger. No, they don't! Have you ever seen a teenager who was scared of punctuation? Ever see one crying at a question mark? No! Screaming at a semicolon? No! They're worried about global warming, never owning a house, or what grade the government will randomly decide to give them. And is their cock big enough? Will their tits grow? Some things never change. But it was an interesting, like, there were women applauding, all the boats going, don't know what he's on about. I've got no fear whatsoever. Besides, it's not teenagers and full stops we have to worry about, it's pensioners and emojis. I mean, look at this chat I had with my mum. All right, Mum, do you need anything from the shops? What?
Chocolate ice cream.
That doesn't mean chocolate ice cream.
Oh, Jesus.
The main reason we're struggling with COVID isn't young people, it's the government's test and trace system. And amazingly, Matt Hancock has claimed the NHS test and trace system is excellent. Yeah, and you're not afraid of footballs. It's worse when they're in the air. How can it be excellent? I mean, have you seen how far people are being sent to get tested?
People with symptoms in Totnes in Devon being directed to Carmarthen, nearly 200 miles away. One in Penrith advised to go to Dumfries, a trip of more than 50 miles. In London, in one instance, advised to go to a centre in Cardiff, a 3-hour drive of 150 miles.
You may be contagious, so we need you to travel from London to Cardiff and touch as many people as possible. See it, lick it, rub it. It's crazy, isn't it? Absolutely crazy. We're meant to control the virus, not show it the sights. And again, rather than take responsibility, look what the government did. Matt Hancock blames British public for getting too many coronavirus tests, which is fucking jaw-dropping when you consider he said this.
If in doubt, get a test, because that is the most important thing that you can do to help control this virus across the country.
Get a test, but don't get a test if you don't need a test, because other people need a test unless they don't need a test. So, who is going to enforce these new rules? Well, apparently, Brits should call the police on their neighbours if they see them breaking the new rule of 6 law.
Hello, officer. There's a woman here living with 7 dwarfs. One of them is particularly sneezy.
Now, not only will we have to snitch, the government have brought in a heavy-duty task force to protect the streets.
From next week, you may see COVID-secure marshals on the streets of England, people who are being recruited to enforce the government's stricter rules on social gatherings.
COVID marshals, wow! What sort of powers will these top-notch crime fighters have?
Directing pedestrians, cleaning touch points like buttons at road crossings and preventing mixing between groups.
Stand back or I'll get my wet wipes. You are 1.9 metres apart. Do not make me get my dad.
You just killed a granny.
Is it me? Is it me, or does everything seem hopeless? Doesn't it? Don't worry, though, my friends. The government has come up with a new master plan to save us all.
The Prime Minister hopes to avoid a second national lockdown with a mass testing programme called Operation Moonshot.
Operation Moonshot plan could hardly be more ambitious. 10 million tests a day, including some results back within minutes.
Amazing.
Experts, though, say we simply don't have the capacity and the technology doesn't yet exist.
Shit. Not only does it not exist, it gets worse. It's going to cost up to 100 billion. Our leader is spending 100 billion on something that doesn't exist. Don't worry, Britain. I've just bought 1 million invisible COVID detectors like this. And they send an alert. Oh, fuck, I've been done again. Still, at least I've got my magic beans. No, Boris Beans. Do you know the biggest problem? The biggest problem that runs through this pandemic? The biggest problem is the way the government have spoke to us. I mean, the daily briefings were a joke.
With contact tasting... testing...
So can you repeat your second part of the question?
Forgive me. Contact tracing.
Well, I don't have those figures. I'll ask John...
They may elude any...
No. It's the short answer.
Thank you, Tom. I'll let Chris address that.
But I'll ask John to set out more details and answer both.
Patrick, did you get the second one, or was that Chris?
I've completely forgotten what the first part of the question was.
They struggle with basic English, which is probably why they keep patronising us with 3-word slogans. Have you noticed this? Protect the NHS, stay at home, go back out. least they made sense. I mean, the latest one is just words.
Hand, space, space, hands. Face, space.
Hands, face, space. Who's his speechwriter, this guy? No one speaks like that. Shops, me, go. Milk, remember you. Try, I will. It's mad. What's Boris's economic advice? Runny out of money. UK kitty shitty. Here's a three-word slogan for you. Talk in sentences. But the problem with that is when you ask him to talk in sentences, you end up with shit like this.
It's the local whack-a-mole approach that is much more effective, and I say that without any prejudice towards moles, by the way. When I said the Mole Protection League got very cross when I said something about whack-a-mole. I love moles, nothing wrong with moles, apart from the ones in Whitehall, always leaking stuff. I'm very, very much pro-mole.
What the fuck are you talking about? Don't worry, Britain. The moles will be fine. I've just spent £1 billion on invisible mole houses. Oh, shit, I've been done again. Still, at least I've got my magic beans. So, let's have a break from politics. What else has been going on? Well, over in the world of entertainment, Ashley Banjo's dance caused a bit of a storm.
As the world watched on, another black life gone, leaving what we thought we knew in tatters. What we thought we knew, some clearly didn't. Black lives matter.
Fascinating, isn't it? A week ago, some people were defending a song about slavery. Now they're outraged by a dance about oppression. It's mad. Look how many people complained.
Diversity's Black Lives Matter inspired BGT dance routine has become the most complained about moment on television so far this year, with more than 21,000 complaints.
The dance attracted criticism from viewers for being overtly political.
It was too political! I was absolutely shocked. They were shocked by that dance. Then Cardi B's latest single is gonna blow their minds.
On the top, make it drop. That's some wet ass pussy. That's some wet ass pussy.
Somebody get her a sponge. So like, I shouldn't bring politics into talent shows. And you're like, chill out. That's what artists do. They reflect the world through their art. Whether that's a dance about police brutality or a song about having a damp fanny. It's nuts. I heard someone on the radio say, I can't believe that they brought race into it. And you're like, they're called diversity. What were you expecting? The clue's in the name. You don't watch songs of praise and go, why are all these tunes about Jesus? Somebody else said, this was my favourite, that they have, quote, ruined the integrity of Britain's Got Talent. Integrity. Yeah! Because Britain's Got Talent is famed for its highbrow art.
The star just right
going up there, that's a big mistake.
Underestimate the power of the dark side.
Connect with your dog.
Integrity. Join me after the break when I'll be chatting with one of the UK's biggest rap stars, Lady Leshurr! The show. Now it's time for life lessons, and this week I asked some of my favourite performers to name the phrase that really pisses them off.
The phrase that makes my blood boil is "in these uncertain times," which is in pissing everything. And it's like, I know things are uncertain. Ironically, the only certain thing about these times is that you're going to say, "in these uncertain times."
Lamau, laughing my ass off. You've laughed so much that your ass has come off. Ha, you're so funny, my body's decomposing in front of me. Stop lamauing, everyone. Grow up.
It's not technically a phrase, but some of the things I hate are like when people are like, "see you weds," or "I'll be doing the job Mun to Jan." You know, Mun to Jan doesn't work. Oh, that would be Monday to January.
When you ask someone, "How are you?" no one wants a real answer. All you want to hear is, "I'm fine, how are you?" No one wants to hear, "Oh, well, I've had a really..." Shut the fuck up and let's move on to the next question so I can get on with my shit that I've got to do today. "Oh, life's been really..." Who gives a shit? Let's move on.
Everything happens for a reason. It's not true, it's very ignorant, and it's something white women say on Instagram when they're trying to act like they're fine after a breakup. We see through you, Rachel.
A phrase that really makes my blood boil, because you always know it's just going to be bad news, is a statement followed by the word "but." I don't want to sound sexist, but boom.
Did you see that program on Netflix? Who gives a fuck? Get the fuck out of my face.
The phrase that makes my blood boil is "move away, fella." I just wanted to get involved with what you know, what you're doing, like road works or whatever. It's
not actually the phrase, it's how people say and spell the phrase. It's the phrase "en route." En route is French, E-N, route, on. But people go "en route," O-N, route. That don't make any sense. It's French. Just be classy for 1 second, okay? En route. But people go, "Oh, I'm en route." And I don't like it. It's beneath me in every way. Speak properly.
I'll tell you about a phrase that makes my flipping blood boil, yeah? Where they don't laugh, they don't physically laugh if they find something funny. They say the word "lols." You know how annoying that is? Straight face. I'm saying some hilarious shit and they're sat there, "lols." Lols your mum.
Now it's time for the People's Poll. This week, it's all about love. Did you... Did you know that, according to a YouGov survey, 23% of young people gave up on dating during the lockdown. So I thought it's time to get it going again. And to do that, we've asked you for your best dating stories. Now, out of the literally thousands of answers we've chosen, some of the best. And those people are with me right now. Hello! Can you see me? Amazing. Nice to see you. So, let's crack on. The question we asked was, what is the most embarrassing thing that's happened to you on a date? So, who to pick? I feel like the sorting hat from Harry Potter. Which one of you? Let's go for Emma.
My most embarrassing dating story. I was set up on a blind date by one of my really old girlfriends with her boss. And he was a little bit backward at coming forward, shall we say. But I liked him. I thought he was great. And brought him back to my house for the proverbial coffee. And he sat down on the sofa and I lay rather seductively on the floor. I was trying very, very hard. And he suddenly was kind of itching his eyes a little bit. And I'd seen a tantric sex thing that some comedian had done the week before. And suddenly this finger was presented to me. And I did my best. I popped this finger in my mouth. The worst part was that I took it really, really seriously and I looked longingly into his eyes as I sucked his finger and all I got was, what are you doing? That was my contact lens.
I don't want to get too personal, but presumably your poo looked hilarious. But it suddenly had a little kind of sci-fi hat on.
It had 20/20 vision.
Yeah, exactly. The stuff I've seen. So, the stuff I've seen, Emma, the stuff I've seen. I enjoyed that. Claire, let's talk.
Yes.
What's your most embarrassing story?
Well, it was a blind date, and the first thing I noticed about him was his giant coat, and he was carrying a carrier bag.
Right, which does scream, let's go to the bushes.
Yes, exactly.
And show everyone what we've got.
Yeah, exactly. And he bought the first round. Down
I love
his
that.
pants.
Hang on, 1 minute, I love that. He's got a big coat and a plastic bag. Most people will go, not for me, and you're like, well, I may as well have a beer. But,
I was really shy when I was younger.
Yeah.
That's what it was.
Right.
And then he started telling me about his time in the army, and then he quickly said, the quickest and most efficient way to kill you is to shoot you there. And he leant over and pointed into my face.
He's like, and that's what I've done with all the others that I've put in my plastic bag. And later on, after you and me have made love, we're going to put these in a blender. You didn't see him again, though, Claire?
Oh, hell no.
Excellent.
Hell no. No.
Matthew, thanks for coming on the show. Wouldn't it be unlucky if you're like, well, I met this lady, and I had my best coat on, and I was carrying my plastic bag, telling her all about my kill moves, and would she listen? Please tell me it wasn't that. Please tell me it wasn't that, Matthew.
I thought we had a real connection.
Well done, well done.
My worst date actually started out at the time to be my best date.
OK, intriguing.
It was a very inexperienced 19-year-old boy from the Shire to be invited back to the bedroom of a 40-year-old lady's house of an evening was quite a good night.
Oh, and I tell you what, with your accent as well, it gives a real earthiness to pornography, doesn't it? Like, there I was, a 19-year-old hobbit, minding my own business. Would you believe it? I was staring at the Eye of Sauron.
Well, my lady invited me back to her boudoir for the evening.
I love it, yeah.
And in my mind, things were going great, and she was on top, going at it a la hammers and tongs.
This is bloody lovely, this is.
All she said was, just go with it.
Just, oh, wow.
Yeah.
So you did?
Not knowing a thing about the feminine form, I'm lying there going, OK, then. And without any warning, any sort of by your leave, like Ronnie O'Sullivan potting a corner red into the long pocket, she sticks her middle finger straight up my hoop.
Yeah. Wow.
And we're going in dry.
Yeah.
And because she's on top... And
there's more? Hang on, there's more! There's more. So she's turned you into a teapot, and there's more?
Because she's on top when she said this...
Yep.
And I'm quite surprised.
Yeah.
I jump. And I headbutt her full in the face.
Oh.
And I cracked her nose.
Matthew, you pig. But isn't that weird? Who would have thought a minute ago, when she popped her finger in your bum, that a minute later you'd have to apologise? I mean, that is, life changes quickly, doesn't it? Ah, Jesus! I'm so sorry. Would you like to put a fist in?
The problem is, I've given her a mild concussion.
Oh.
We're still joined biblically at the nether region.
Yeah.
The middle finger is still at my arse.
Yeah.
And when we finally get separated, her false nails come off.
Matthew.
Yes, sir.
That may be one of the stories suggesting why people don't want to date anymore. That is such a great story. Holy shit, I'm enjoying this. Christine's left. Christine's had enough. She's gone. Christine, are you all right, mate? Oh, thank God. Oh! Hello. This is going to change the tone. That's all right. That's all right. He hasn't been listening to any of this. Do you know what talking to you lot feels like? It's like the greatest and craziest scratch card imaginary. Like, you scratch away. Oh, the story's here. Right, Ali, what's the funniest lie you've ever told on a date?
Right, well, I basically lied for some reason and told him that I was fluent in Russian. I don't know why. Anyway, he...
Just go with it! It's what we do in Moscow!
That's right.
Yeah.
And he had a client and he asked me to speak Russian to him to translate. And I basically just had to pretend that, oh, I can't do it right now, I can't, because it's not fair on you, because, you know, you might be insecure about what we say about you, just in case he falls in love with me or something.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, it's not fair. We're married now and he still thinks I know Russian. I'm having to learn the language.
Well, what we've learned a lot from this week's poll, and I can fully see why there's people at home thinking I'm never going to date again. But feel the joy they've given us. Please give it up for all my guests today on the People's Poll!
I had a massive crush on Russell Howard
when
I was younger.
Yeah.
Listen, to me, you were like the English version of Eminem. I used to love Eminem. You like the B-Tech version? Let's say B-Tech version.
I mean...
I thought the crush was gone. I genuinely thought it was gone. But now, because that was so unexpected backstage, I didn't know he was going to pop
I didn't do anything backstage. You've made that sound dodgy. My guest this week is the Queen of UK Grime. Lady Leshurr is one of the key artists who helped make grime music the mainstream force it is today. Her Queen's Speech series has over 200 million views on YouTube. And she's performed everywhere from the Proms to Glastonbury, whilst earning respect from the likes of Nicki Minaj and Missy Elliott. And during the lockdown, she managed to release a brand new EP, Quarren Queen. Please welcome Lady Leshurr!
Hi.
How are you?
I'm okay. I'm looking a bit shiny today.
You look great.
Don't compliment me, because we already had this chat. I had a massive crush on Russell Howard when I was younger.
Yeah.
Listen, to me, you were like the English version of Eminem. I used to love Eminem. You like the B-Tech version? Let's say B-Tech version. I thought the crush was gone. I genuinely thought it was gone. But now, because that was so unexpected backstage, I didn't know he was going to pop
I didn't do anything backstage. You've made that sound dodgy.
He didn't.
I didn't do anything.
But you did a lot to me, let's say that. So now I have to gain composure because we're in front of an audience. And, I've got to pretend that
it's all fine.
I'm a diva, so I don't show my real feelings.
Now, we had you on Home Time and you were fantastic. How was the rest of your lockdown?
I did get really, really active. I was doing a whole project, Quarren Queen. I taught myself how to engineer. And then I ended up, you know, knowing how to produce properly and record myself. And here I am.
But that's what's amazing about you. Like, there's something really inspiring, the fact that you write your own stuff, you kind of direct your own stuff, you film yourself, you're self-produced, you've done this EP. Do you like being independent?
I've had my situations before with labels, and I just feel that it's never 100% creative control.
Yeah.
And as you can probably tell, I'm one of those people that I like to do everything myself.
Yeah.
Because I have got a certain vision, and I just feel like with labels, you have to kind of compromise your creative control, your integrity sometimes, and I'm all about integrity.
I read a story. Didn't, like, a label in America try and sign you, but they only if you would have a beef with Nicki Minaj, is that right?
Yeah, yeah.
How weird is that?
Isn't it, guys? Like, I made a song that went viral. Somebody leaked my number, So an American number kept calling me about 4 in the morning, but I thought it was someone pretending.
Yeah.
Hello, is that Lady Leshurr? It was like one of those weird put-on voices.
Yeah, yeah.
But then I found out it actually was a real person, so that's quite offensive. But he threw me out, and I ended up like having a conversation with him. I showed him some of my music, but he was just literally like, all right, we need to put you against Nicki Minaj. We need to make a diss track for Nicki Minaj. Like, yeah, that's what will get you big out here. You need to be big. Yeah, massive. You're gonna be huge. Do it. And I'm just like, no, something don't feel right about this. Like my gut instinct, again, my integrity and the way I felt inside.
Yeah.
And there was something about it just didn't seem right. So what he was doing was writing down figures and pushing it towards me. So it got to 250K, and he was like, how about that then? And I was just like, inside I was like, please give me the money for it. I just had to say no. I was just like, I can't do it. Obviously, I cried my eyes out on the plane going back because I literally thought that was my only time where I'm going to be able to get my mum a house. That's the reason why I started doing music in the first place. But fast forward, 5 years later, I ended up buying my mum a house due to doing the Queen's speech.
Oh! Oh! Wow!
It makes me so emotional, honestly.
Didn't Kanye West try and sign you?
Kanye West reached out, and he was just like, yeah, we can get her a house, we can get her a car, we can get her anything she wants. I want her, I need her. But again, I felt there was something about that just made me think, I'm not sure.
Yeah.
And then my creative control is actually just going to vanish into thin air because then I'm going to have people that are kind of like, yeah, you should do this, do that, and I have no one to speak for me kind of thing. I just felt like, I don't think this is wise, so...
And how do you have that sort of, like, inner composure not to go, oh, my God, Kanye West wants me? Do you know what I mean? Because presumably there's lots of people that have been sucked into that.
Oh, yeah.
And then have lost everything.
You see, with me, the glitz and glam, the all of that, I don't care about that. I care about expressing myself, being happy whilst I'm doing that and making other people happy at the same time.
So we should get serious for a bit. So you're doing lots of cancer awareness initiatives.
Yeah. Fortunately, my sister passed recently, and that kind of it just threw me off. I didn't know what to do. I didn't want to do music anymore. I felt like I couldn't. Every time I was trying to write, it was literally sad song after sad song, and I was like, no, I don't want to turn into Drake. I don't want those, like the ones that make you cry in the shower. I didn't want to do that because that's not me. My energy's always, you know what I mean? So I lost a lot of confidence when she passed.
Yeah.
And she passed due to breast cancer, and it's just she lost her husband 3 years prior, and he had skin cancer.
Did?
Yeah.
Oh, mate.
She lost her husband. He had skin cancer. They've got 7 kids together, between the age of 8 to 15. So you can imagine they don't have parents now. My mum looks after. That's what I'm saying. My mum is a queen because she literally gave up her life, her job.
Absolutely. Yeah.
It's just a really brave thing to do for my mum, and in general, it just goes to show you what character she has and why I'm the way I am. For me, it was like a wake-up call. It was like we sit and we scroll for hours, we lay in bed for hours when we could be actually doing things with our lives, and we don't know when we're going to go. Nothing is ever promised. So even though I knew that anyway, it took that for me to be like, all right, I need to do this, I need to do that. I live in London, which is why I'm going back to Birmingham, because I feel like I have a higher purpose. Yeah. I've got a responsibility, and I'm going to be there for them kids regardless of what happens. Like...
Absolutely. And presumably having an auntie that is such an amazing artist and they see you on TV, that must be an incredible thing for those kids to see, that you're sort of laying down a marker for your family, that the sky's the limit.
Oh, they love it. They go to the school and they're always like, do you know who my auntie is? Lady Leshurr, like rubbing it into the kids' faces to the point where the kids don't even like them anymore. Like, all right, rub it in.
Now, this is very exciting. You've just been announced as the first black British face for Oil of Ulay, is that right?
Yes.
That's pretty cool.
Gosh, it's called Olay now.
It's Olay?
Yeah.
Life politics.
Thank you, guys. I've done about 3 adverts with them now.
Nice.
I did one in my house, so I'm literally just... It was like a lockdown rap about Olay and what it does, and what's inside it and stuff.
What is inside it?
Damn, you put me on the spot now.
The moisturising, so you're not
You've
turning.
got the SPF.
The SPF.
30, which a lot of black people in general don't think we need SPF, and that's why I'm really happy to be that person, because I'm always teaching people, brush your teeth, wash your hands, you know, cream your crispy bacon lips.
So do people see you in the street and think, oh, fuck, I haven't had a wash?
They might do, you know, literally, but some people, to address me, they're like, oi, brush your teeth, lady. Recently, I was in the airport, and this little girl came up to me, bless her, and she's like, are you the Queen's Peach lady? It's like, yeah, and then we took a picture and stuff.
I love the idea that one day you're going to be on a flight and Queen Elizabeth's going to sit down.
Oh, my gosh.
So there's a real battle going on as to who's really the Queen on this plane.
You're like, yeah, but, you know, more people have seen my version of the speech than yours.
It's actually crazy because when you type it in, mine comes up before hers.
Isn't that weird?
I literally thought she was going to somehow get mine moved.
Oh, it'd be so funny.
It's like, who the fuck is this Lady Leshurr? She's got 200 million views.
That'd be so funny if Queen Elizabeth starts nicking your stuff.
Hello, how's your Christmas? Wash your teeth.
Wash your teeth. The remix.
Philip, do it.
Wash your teeth, yeah.
Oh, I'd love that.
That's so funny. They must be aware of you.
Oh,
because she must have Googled herself.
Queen's speech, let's see how it's gone. Who the fuck is this?
I love talking to you. You're actually going to perform for us as well. What are you going to perform for us?
So I decided to do like a mini mashup, and it's going to be the new song, so quarantine speech mixed into quarantine, and it's just obviously talking about lockdown, the pandemic, and how frustrating it's been.
Amazing. Well, I look forward to that. Ladies and gentlemen, the wonderful Lady Leshurr!
Right, I've got something to say. There's a war going on outside we ain't safe from, and I hope it don't stay long, no. Came from a bat and a snake done. Coronavirus is a pagan. Gotta stay safe, cause I ain't dumb. But the lights are with me, I got my spray on. Can't leave your house for your day job, and some people now are getting laid off. It's mad, everything mad. Everywhere I go, everybody's in a mask. I went Sainsbury's just to get bog roll, all sold out. I'm like, what? No, cause I ain't trying to see no one. NHS are the heroes, saving everyone. Most food stores for sure ain't got a lock now. Can't go abroad, the schools are on lockdown. Please don't pop around me, keep your salivas. Keep it. Pasteurizers, gone, no hand sanitizers. Try ordering Addis and Lee, but there was no drivers. I'm trying to catch some flights, not coronavirus. Corona. Well, I would if I could do. Yeah, that's what I should do. But they cancel my flights to Miami and Cancun, so I'm not in a good mood. No, don't touch me. Big sis needs an apology, cause I'll be on one. Look, I'm in quarantine. Oh, mad, I had to change up a whole lot of plans. Will you go by your business? Wash them hands. I want everyone to do this to me. Love it. Let's go. You better watch them. You better do better. You better do better. You better watch them hands. If you're still with me right now, make some noise. I'm sure everybody is getting tired of staying in the house, quarantining. So I decided to make a song about it. Let's go. Look, feels like I'm sitting in the south, eating junk food all day, nothing else. How's my name Leash and I'm taking all these outs? Summer 2020 really looking like a foul. Been cooking up, taking bear selfies in the house. Trying to get my hair did, I wanna do my nails. Wow, time to change, cause I always go in, now I wanna go out. Show out in the cut like I put the phone down. Put my clothes on, but for what? Really don't. Segway down the hallway, FIFA on the couch. I can't be bothered to answer the doorbell. Listen, only got one life, I'm trying to live it. The sun is coming out, I'm kinda livid. But the anything is mad, isn't it? Saying, cause we all gotta do this.
Let's go!
Hey, do the quarantine. What? They bring it back like you got the warranty.
Say what?
Cause we not care about him and what's her name. Lockdown, what's a shame. Nobody have to quarantine. Oh, quarantine. What? Quarantine. What? I want everyone to put one hand in the air. Let's go. Quarantine.
Sway.
Quarantine.
Sway.
Quarantine.
Sway.
Do the, we say oli, oli, ole.
Oi, oi, oi.
We say oli, oli, ole. Thank you so much for having me, Russell Howard, Lady Leshurr, DJ NA. Thank you, guys. It's been fun.
Finally tonight, it is time for Good Deeds. This is an amazing story about a 10-year-old girl who wanted to show her appreciation for key workers.
Hi, my name is Imogen. I am 10 and I started the 7 Million Keep Yappy charity to raise as much money for 9 fantastic key workers charities as possible. At the beginning of lockdown, my mum told me to shield my granddad because he'd had a bad stroke and a liver transplant. We wanted to, like, keep him safe. Adam Brooks Hospital to save my granddad. So we wanted to say thank you to Adam Brooks. So I decided to do 1 Keep Yappy for every single key worker in the country. I told Mum and Dad, and they laughed because they knew that was an awful lot.
Imogen said that she'd really like to do something to support all the key workers and the charities that she'd seen on TV. We had no idea how many there were going to be.
We added it all up and we found out there was 7.1 million, and it was like a bit of a shock, actually.
So I just pointed to the guy and I said, you better crack on, love, because you're going to be here for really quite a long time.
Originally, my target was 200 Keep Yappies per day, and we worked out it was going to take 97 years. And that was mind-blowing. I was like, what? And then I thought, well, if we had loads of Keep Yappy donations, I'd be able to do it. And I was jumping up and down going, look, this person has donated a Keep Yappy. And it was just absolutely amazing to actually have someone supporting. I thought it'd hover up for a little bit, having a couple of Keep Yappy donations, and then go for quiet. But it hasn't, and it carried on going.
There were so many coming in, we just couldn't keep up.
500,000. 1 million. Woo! 2 million. 5 million! And I just want to say thank you to everyone who's donated. Once lockdown lifted, I started to meet up with supporters and everyone who's donated Keep Yappies in the park.
I have chemotherapy bi-weekly at Adam Brooks. It goes on for about 8 hours. So I did a few of a balloon just around like the little area I was. It was just a way I could occupy myself and also just help Imogen.
We took Imogen's challenge and adapted it. So some people threw it up, some people did different versions, and they literally, night and day, were doing kick-ups, so kept them entertained.
Anne, can I just show you something quickly? We've just had this come through.
Imogen, good luck with the Keep You Up challenge. I'm going to try and do a few for you now. 1, 2, 3, 4. You'll notice as well, Imogen, when I do them, I've got Raheem Sterling hands. 14, 15,
it was just absolutely amazing to have a message and Keep Yappies.
There's 20 for you, Imogen. I'm an old man, I used to be able to do more.
We've raised over £9,000 for all the wonderful key worker charities.
She's the best, and we're all very, very proud of her.
You can donate Keep Yappies by going to my Twitter or Instagram pages, and any money towards the charity would be so amazing. They deserve it.
Amazing. Thanks so much for watching the show. Good night, my friends. Good night.